Like any shop space without proper storage, I was beginning to run into some big issues with clutter. After recently installing a few shelves for more proper storage, I decided that installing a simple lumber rack above those shelves was the first step in further organizing my space. The entire project is built from a single sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. Step 1 was breaking down the large sheet into 3-inch strips on my table saw, and I think I ended up ripping 15 strips in total. Step 2 was breaking down each of my strips on the miter saw to form the 11 different pieces that you'd need for each of the individual racks, and I'll explain what all of those pieces are in a moment.
So I just finished cutting all the pieces. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. And now it's time to assemble everything. So the lumber rack is composed of 3 main components. It's gonna have a base that is mounted to the wall and then 2 different size racks that come out from each base.
The entire build is held together using just glue and brad nails. Glue for strength and brad nails to tack things in place while it cures. And while I'm gluing up all the components, let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor of this video, Aero Fastener. Aero makes a wide variety of fastening tools including staple guns, nailers, glue guns, riveters, and more. I used the Aero PT18G pneumatic brad nailer for this entire build as well as their 1.5-inch brad nails. And I have a bunch of projects featuring Aero tools that are in the works, including some exclusive projects that are going up on the Aero site, so stay tuned. If you'd like to learn more about Aero tools and fasteners, check out the link in the video description, and thank you to Aero for sponsoring this video. The fit of the tenons in the mortises that I had created were so snug that glue wasn't really necessary for final assembly. Instead, I just used some 2-inch screws. To attach to my wall, I'm using 2 3-inch screws for each rack that will go directly into the studs. And before getting up on the ladder to hang, I pre-drilled in all of my screws, and this just made it so that I didn't have to screw in individual screws while up on the ladder. Then one by one, I hung each of my 9 racks into the studs 16 inches apart, checking for square and level with each successive hanging.
So that is gonna wrap it up for this video. This was a really simple one-day project and it has really transformed the space overall in the shop. I had so much stuff in corners, gathering dust, I couldn't put my tools in those places, and now I have everything off the ground and I feel like I have so much space to move around and expand my tool collection and continue to organize my shop how I want it to. So I think that is gonna wrap it up for this video. One more huge shout out to Aero for supporting this video and this channel, and until next time, happy making.